Hello friends, welcome to Squared Plans. I'm Stephanie and today we're going to be setting up our horizontal planners for the next week in October. And I've got this dot marker here ready to go, as well as these washi tapes I may use, these stickers from Michaels that I have, as well as this washi paper that I got quite a while ago, and these sticker books which I'll pull from. So this is the third week of the October Plannable Challenge, and this week's theme is Hey Pumpkin. So if you'd like to participate, go ahead and post your spreads up on Instagram using the hashtag PlannableOctober2021. We'd love to see what you come up with. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and lay down some wax paper while I put out my PSA warning about this video being extra long for a somewhat simple layout. So sorry if you are not into long videos of me being indecisive, because that is what you're in for on this guy. But if you want to see the whole process and the true agony sometimes I go through to decide on my spread, then yes, go ahead and watch this thing to its fullest. But if not, feel free to skip ahead or jump towards the end, because yes, I do take quite a while to make some decisions on this design and how I want it to look. So I'm starting off with this washi tape style paper that I got from Michaels probably 5 or 6 years ago. It's been quite a while. I originally had pulled it to use a different paper from that pack. There is a black paper with some like script writing on it that I thought might be pretty. So I pulled it for that, and then as I was looking through the pack of papers, I realized there was this gorgeous orange polka dotted pattern available. So I thought I would pull that in, and I just love the combination of the oranges. Really think that helps drive home that pumpkin-y color scheme. So these sticker sheets that I have here from Michaels, I use those in a monthly spread. I want to say maybe for October or maybe even September. I really liked these stickers. They were, $1, and then I got them on sale. I think I got like an extra 20 or 30% off. So they were super cheap, and I've used them already once on one spread, and I'm going to use them here, and I still have plenty left over when I'm done. So I think that was a pretty good value. Again, I thought that the stickers were really cute for, just kind of like the Michaels Recollections brand. I do find that a lot of those Michaels sticker books and things that they create tend to have a lot of smaller stickers, but I was pleasantly surprised with these. They're not huge, obviously, but they're bigger than a lot of the stickers I see in those other sticker books. I like big decor, as I've mentioned before. It makes it a lot easier to make a spread. So I wouldn't say that this is big decor, but I would definitely say that they are bigger than most of the stickers I've seen from them. So it should be okay making a spread with these and keeping it functional but pretty at the same time. So I just flipped through the Seasons of Color sticker book. This new sticker book that I got, this new fall seasonal sticker book that I picked up, and I thought that I might bring some of those leaves in from that book. I don't know yet, but I realized that with me putting that orange washi tape paper up here at the top, that I'm going to cover up the Monday header as well as the month name. So I'm going to go ahead and just grab out my dates and holiday sticker book and pull in an October from that book. I think that's the only thing I grabbed from there. There may be one other thing, maybe like a quote or something, but I just wanted to have the word October there. I don't know, just on a whim. I know what month it is, but sometimes I feel the need to do certain things, and for some reason I really wanted to have that October listed there on top of the paper. I am also trying to work in some placements for these pumpkins and kind of seeing where they best layer on the spread. I think I want to make groupings of pumpkins, but Again, these are kind of small, so I think they need, for the most part, to be grouped up at least 2 or 3 together and make a little bit more of a cluster group, because they are, you know, just not really big enough to carry a space, I think, on their own. So I'm going to go ahead and try that. Some of these are repeats too, like some of the pumpkins are the same, so I'm trying to mix them up, make sure that I got a nice variety of the different styles. But basically, since the theme is Hey Pumpkin, I really want to have most of the focus on pumpkins, and then maybe bring in some of these other woodland creatures, like I have that fox down at the bottom. I also realized I didn't want to have any of that teal blue color mixed in. That's part of some of the leaves and things on those stickers. So I'm trimming out a few of the pumpkins just to make sure that they're nice and clean and don't introduce that new color. And then again, just doing some rearranging here, trying to figure out where I want things. And yeah, that takes me a while just to make some decisions on that. I also struggle a little bit with this washi because I just didn't feel real great about the washi choices I had pulled, or even my stash of washi. I always struggle with washi. I don't care what I'm doing, it just never feels natural. I've tried so many things. I mean, I can get it to come out okay, but I feel like some people can just lay down washi and it just comes out great. Like they just have an innate sense of how it should be laid down, and that is just not how I work with washi. It's always a struggle. So I know we all have our things that come natural and things that don't. You know, as far as balance and color, that comes real natural to me. But as far as just composition with washi, that for some reason eludes me. So anyway, I'm always looking for washi tips, washi guru. If you guys have a video or something that you guys have seen has changed your life, please leave it in the comments below. I really want something to emulate, something to teach me so that I can get better at this, because I feel like I never get better. It never gets easier. I've flipped through the books I pulled and decided I didn't want to use anything from those books. I tried to pull in a few leaves from the new book, but didn't like it. I didn't like the way it was feeling. So I decided that maybe I just needed a big quote or two, and went into my fall sticker book from last year. That one I did find this Fall Fun sticker that I really liked, the color orange, and it just had the right feels, I felt. And then I remembered I had this Oh My Gourd sticker that I'd cut up to use in a different spread and never used. And I thought, well, for pumpkins, that's going to be perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and bring that one in. Now, like I said, I had cut it already in half for that previous spread that I didn't use it for. And I liked it cut in half, but I think I'm going to just change the layout completely and make it go across the page instead of stacked. So I'm going to be cutting it apart, the quote itself, and also trying to figure out what to do with that word fall at the end with those pumpkins that don't match any of the other pumpkins. It's bugging me, and I just don't like the way it feels. It doesn't feel the same as the other things, so I don't know, we might have to change that up somehow. So as I'm laying in this quote, I decide, oh, well, maybe I could just steal the fall out of the Fall Fun, bring in that orange, kind of make that work. And I liked that a lot. I like the way that feels. So I'm going to work with that and just try to get the balance settled there all across the page. Like I said, it takes me a while to make a decision on, or a final decision, I would say, on where these little pumpkin clusters should live. So there's a lot of me shuffling it around, mainly to accommodate the quote, but then also, like, I I want the pumpkins to be mixed up, like I mentioned before, not all the same styling next to each other. So that gets a little bit tricky, and then, yeah, it just lots of movement. I'm also thinking about balance and functionality at the same time. Want to make sure that I can use this spread, always thinking about that. So yeah, just takes me a little bit. So I'm back in the washi struggles here and just trying to figure out what I want to use, and just so indecisive this week on the washi. The washi I've already put down is from like a neutral set that I have, that white kind of washi in the corners there, and I really like it, but I noticed that, you know, it's white and it's got a really pale dot pattern on it, which you can't really see when it's on top of white paper. So I liked having that kind of on the orange, but I'm not in love with the placement at this time. So I was trying to find some other washi options for around the spread, and then I just didn't like anything I pulled. I went into this fall diagonal stripe version that I had from Joann's maybe 2 years ago. It has an orange color that's a nice match in there, a brown, and then there's also that teal, which I really didn't want to bring in at first, but kind of sneaks its way back in there when I added in that washi tape. I think it's subtle enough that it doesn't really steal the show like some of those leaves were that I trimmed off, so I think it'll work. And I did like the kind of darker brown that it brought in. It kind of helped ground some of the elements a little bit, and worked well with layering on top of that white washi. So we're going to try that, and then I'm going to see if I can make these pumpkins look any better, clustered next to the fox. And just, again, working towards balance here in this section especially. So I think I need everything to be pushed in towards the corner a bit more, so I needed to put in a longer strip of washi there so that I can kind of nestle in those pumpkins next to the fox. And I like that better now, just, again, moving those little pumpkin clusters around. And I really like the styling of this new book, but I don't know. I think it's so new. I don't really have any great ideas yet on how to use it. So I pulled it, but it does not get used on the spread. And so what I think I'm going to do with that white washi is kind of make that the grounding texture behind the pumpkins, so that some of those clusters will have a little bit of texture behind them, and then I'll layer it with that brown striped washi. And I like that. I like the feel of that. Again, you really can't see that white washi very well, but it does help, I think, add just a little something to it when it's layered. So now I'm in that fall book from last year, and I'm looking for focus boxes. I've used a lot of the good stuff already, so what I'm going to try to do is cut down a couple of longer box stickers and use those as focus boxes. Now, because I'm cutting it in half, it makes things a little bit trickier, so here's again some more indecisiveness on how to place this on the spread. Normally I would just butt it up against an edge and call it a day, but again, I'm kind of trying to find a good balance here on the spread. Plus, some of those boxes have elements already inside of them, so I don't know, just really having a hard time on this one, making decisions and keeping everything feeling balanced. But I do like that random feel where things don't look like they're right on top of each other, so mixing up colors and patterns and things is what I enjoy when I look at my spread, just seeing just all the variety, but also what's the word I'm looking for? It just feels more random, but balanced. That's what I like when I make a design. So I really had a hard time with the elements that I was working with, trying to find that balance in the end, which is why I play around so often with these stickers and moving them and trying to just get them just right so that I feel like it's a pleasant thing to look at. And yeah, you know, it's trying to find a happy place for things. I was getting tired too. I mean, if you're watching this, this is sped up. Let's just imagine this. This is probably about an hour in, and I'm already like, okay, I think we're done here. I just need to make some decisions. Just let it be. That was me going kind of crazy with my fingers because I was like, where am I going to put these things? So anyway, it was a struggle this week for sure. Thinking about layering that focus box there at the top with these pumpkins to kind of hide that bottom cut area so that it just kind of looks a little bit more like another grouping. So we're going to try that maybe. We'll see again with the layered washi. Not sure about some of these other ones here. Maybe trying the same thing. Moving things around. I do like that one kind of lower there in the corner, so maybe I can move this guy up and find a way to hide the top of that. But I don't know. If you guys saw my holiday planner video, you probably saw that it was a lot of things that I was creating for that, which I think it came out super cute and it went pretty smooth. However, that was a long project, so sometimes again when I have a lot going on or if I've, put a lot of creativity into one aspect of my life or into one project, it sometimes affects how things go on the other sides of things when I have to be creative. So I think this was kind of a result of that. Again, I think it comes out great in the end, but it just took me so long to get there because I just could not make decisions. It was just a struggle for that. I don't know if you guys can relate, but that is just how my process works. I just tend to need to, I don't know, to be clear, to get a nice smooth path to something that I like. I have to have like a clear head and be able to put all my energy into that one project. It doesn't always work out that way with life, as we all know, but if you are persistent, I think that we can all get there, which, week after week, there's plenty of times where I had to struggle through to make it happen, and I think in the end, a lot of times it turns out just fine, but yeah, you just got to be persistent. So again, trying to find happy homes for those boxes. Also needing to make sure I'm keeping space for checklists and things. I still got to fit those in on the days that I'm going to need them, which is pretty much every day. So I added in one more quote from that Dates and Holidays sticker book down at the bottom. It's just really small, but it says "Seize today." So I'm hoping that that will inspire me to get things done the way I need them to be done and get going, get this thing on the spread, and move forward with my other tasks. So I'm going to go ahead and use my wax paper roll-off technique here on this washi tape paper, since it is very light and delicate, so I think it just will make it a little bit easier to slide off with that technique. And I think it went pretty smooth. There was a little bit of a wrinkle there in the corner, but overall I think that went pretty well. And just going to go ahead and move over the other elements by hand. Sorry, that's kind of far down there in the corner. You're not really seeing me lay that down, but I'll push it up here in a second. Just moving over a cluster at a time, trying to get the placement just right and the washi tape stick down. I haven't done a quote like this across the middle in a long time. I think I may have done that last year this time with kind of the raven spread that I did. If you guys haven't seen that, if you're new to my channel and you want some cool ideas for maybe your Halloween week, I did do Raven, the poem, the Raven spread last year that I thought came out really awesome. I'll link that one at the end of the video in the end credits so that you guys can see, or in the cards, so that if you are interested in seeing that one, that will be available. But anyway, I did do, I think, kind of a quote across the spread like that, but I think that might be the last time I did something with that design. So we'll see how this all fits together. It does take up a bit of room with my checklist format that I like to do, but I think in the end it'll be fine. I'll be able to still make it functional. So just laying down that last corner, and I still had a bit of the backing paper there, so that made it a little bit easier to place. So I just need to find that edge and then flatten it out, and we should be good. I didn't quite realize how transparent it was going to be, so I do need to bring out my white dry liner there to cover up the text behind so it has a little bit of a cleaner look. And I will trim out just that small bit of edge that is overlapping the page. I'm just repositioning that washi tape so it looks a little bit more natural. And finally, I'll add in my checklist using that dot pen in orange that I had pulled, and we will be done, friends. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up down below. Go ahead and leave me a comment if you'd like to get in touch, and think about subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, if you'd like to see more of my videos. Thank you guys so much for watching and sticking with me through this. I really appreciate it, and we'll see you next time. Bye!